Good afternoon. My name is Howard Sobel, and today we'll be discussing the Kroger Company. First, we'll start discussing the company history. We'll talk about the company's mission, review its goals, the leadership. We'll do a brief analysis of the SWOT. We'll discuss corporate parenting strategies, key objectives, opportunities for success, as well as the future of the company. Kroger Company was founded in 1883 in Cincinnati, Ohio by Barney Kroger. Kroger previously worked in grocery and had gone out on his own after being denied partnership. He opened 4 locations in 2 years, and by 1930, he had 55 locations. Kroger's business was built on a very simple motto: be particular, never sell anything you would not want yourself. Kroger believed that value and quality would lead to profit, and in this spirit, he opened a bakery inside of the grocery store. Kroger grocery stores were the first to offer both a bakery and a butcher shop under one roof. Kroger continued to grow over the years and is now one of the world's largest retailers with 2,200 locations under 24 banners in 38 states. Kroger is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. The mission of the company is to be a leader in distribution and merchandising of food, pharmacy, health and personal care items, seasonal merchandise, and related products and services. It's important to note that this is actually called out on the vendor and supplier site rather than the consumer-facing site. The Kroger Company expects that the consumer centricity begins with its suppliers at all of its banners. To build on this consumer-centric environment internally, the Kroger Company focuses for its associates and team players on values. These values are honesty, integrity, respect, diversity, safety, and inclusion. The Kroger Company expects its team players and associates to be committed and live up to these values when interacting with consumers, when working internally with customers, as well as externally with customers. The goals of the Kroger Company are very pointed and focused: continuous growth and customer-first thinking. Continuous growth is broken down into acquisitions and personnel. Kroger grows by acquisition rather than building new stores. This way, they are able to reduce competition and reduce investment costs while trying to grow. They are able to build market share and expand their footprint across the country and capitalize on its scale. Operations become turnkey, and thus they are able to return a profit faster. Kroger believes team player growth should be organic. They do start and hire leadership from within. This is shown by the current CEO, Rodney McMullen, who started as a clerk in the organization. 70% of store managers begin as clerks, and they look to build this culture of opportunity. They work within the neighborhood to do this so that they can also build strong community. Ensuring the customer is number one is another important goal for the Kroger Company, as it's entrenched in its strategy. Making the customer number one can mean many different things. This can mean variation in assortment and adding more organic foods, or it can be customizing the assortment for different ethnicities and cultural needs. It executes this through organizational participation and also works throughout the community in local food banks and with its commitment to hunger relief and participation in women's health. There are 8 members on the board of directors. 1 is internal and 7 are external or independent. Its governance structure in which its independent directors are able to exercise meaningful and vigorous oversight. This experience is the experience that's brought by the external directors is finance, retail, marketing, as well as consumer product goods. The CEO and chairman, Rodney McMullen, is the only insider who does sit on the board. It's important to note that one of the board members, Ronald Sargent, is now CEO and chairman of Staples. He was also previously with Kroger for 10 years in various leadership roles. The board convenes meetings of 5 different committees, including Audit Committee, the Compensation Committee, Corporate Governance, Financial Policy, as well as Public Responsibility Committee. The board is responsible for strategic planning and overall supervision of risk and management activities. The senior leadership team is also led by Rodney McMullen. He's supported by EVPs, SVPs, and group vice presidents. Like McMullen, many of these leaders have grown in the company and started in the stores as clerks and manager trainees. To review some of the highlights of the SWOT, we consider the macro threats. Because they are a food-based company, fluctuating commodity prices impact profitability and forecasted margin dollars. This concerns deflation and inflation of various food prices. As far as macro opportunities, as we grow in a digital world, the company needs to be cognizant of its digital and e-commerce initiatives. They need to join in the entrance of the digital shopping space and allow consumers to purchase online and pick up curbside. It's important to meet the customer where they want to be met. For industry threats, Kroger needs to be conscious of new chains such as Aldi and Lidl who have come into the market and are expanding quickly. They also need to be very conscious of shoppers' habits, what's trendy, and what's currently important to the consumer. Considering industry opportunities, they need to focus on the expansion of organic and natural foods, as well as capitalizing on trends such as health and wellness that many consumers are participating in. Continuous growth across the United States has allowed the Kroger company to grow its brand, as well as its own brand, and its recognition is allowed to now compete with larger mass players. There are weaknesses that the Kroger company needs to be aware of. Ownership of a food and preparation manufacturing facilities comes with inherent risk of foodborne illness, as well as liability that the company must assume. This risk bleeds into jeopardizing brand as well as reputation management. Larger formats such as Fred Meyer are competing for dollars in a segment that is quickly growing, with competitors such as Walmart and Target who have now expanded into superstores that including grocery as well as hard and soft lines. Strengths for the Kroger company are depth in format and product offerings. That's covered by its many banners. Growth of private label assortment is also a great strength. These private labels are all produced internally by Kroger and offer larger margins as well as build strength around the company and its brand image. Kroger's competitive analysis is very important. Kroger is poised to win with 38 owned brand manufacturing with its 38 owned brand manufacturing facilities. Many other retailers currently still rely on outsourcing and are not able to compete as well. By acquiring competition through expansion, Kroger is able to grow its footprint, build its army of loyal customers, and eliminate many of the costs that come with building new facilities. The debt that's used to acquire these new companies plays well on the company's financial statements, and it uses its capital wisely as the organization continues to reinvest in itself. The distribution network and three-tiered strategy are also very important. With 36 DCs nationwide, the company is able to serve its 24 banners on a daily basis. The three-tiered distribution strategy includes DCs that are fast for its fresh and daily deliveries, DCs that are slow that may only deliver every 2 to 3 days, which covers its canned and general merchandise, and seasonal, which delivers on an as-needed basis for holiday and feature promotions. Corporate parenting strategy is also very important to the Kroger company as it's so vast. The financial control strategy focuses on the financial performance of the portfolio and holdings, as well as identifying where there are opportunities for improvement. It oversees the financial reporting, it drives the acquisitions, and manages financial risks. Strategic planning, corporate parenting focuses on creating synergies across the various banners as well as the operation arm of the corporation. This ensures that all decisions are made with customer-first thinking and drives customer-based initiatives such as Click List, which allows the consumer to order and shop online and pick up in front of the store. Strategic control corporate parenting allows the different banners to focus on the local market while adhering to the company strategy. The banners have a general strategy to work towards, but are able to localize and execute in a way that aligns with the customers that they are face-to-face with on a daily basis. The key objectives for the Kroger company are customer-first strategy, building the digital experience, and identifying customer mega trends. The Kroger company is very optimistic about its future. This optimism is driven by its associates' abilities to make a difference to its customers, in its community, and for the shareholders. By mining data and enhancing value, they are able to anticipate what the customer is going to want before they ask for it. This is an important part of their customer-first strategy, knowing what the customer wants before the customer knows that they want it. To continue to enhance their digital experience, they are focusing on online couponing, click list pickup services, as well as delivery services. This is meeting the customer anytime, anywhere, anyhow that the customer wants to be met. Megatrends are also important to meeting the customer, to delivering the customer first strategy, and it brings that strategy full circle. This uses customer info and data mining to know what big trends are coming and what their consumers are looking for. This can include organic food, prepared food, as well as meal kits in their store-owned brands. Opportunities for success. The Kroger company must focus on several key objectives to continue to flourish for years to come. With increased pressure from new entrants in the market such as Lidl, mass players such as Walmart and Target expanding grocery operations, and Amazon entering the grocery field with its current purchase of Whole Foods, Kroger company needs to be very aware of this. They've noticed a decrease in same-store sales over the last 2 consecutive quarters. This is the pressure that they are seeing from competitors and must attempt to lead in the way of price and consumer loyalty to retain market share. To remain competitive, it must balance top-line growth and profit margins. It's important to note that when the organization chooses to lower core item pricing, its profit margins suffer while top-line sales are preserved. To remain competitive, Kroger must learn to aggressively price goods as well as drive value and add cost reduction. Loyalty must be driven in other creative ways such as price matching, continued growth of the Kroger Plus loyalty cards, as well as the various loyalty programs that they are currently offering in fuel savings. The company must remember that while price is an important lever to pull and to retain same-store sales, the erosion of the bottom line profit will not be ignored by stakeholders. The future of the company. The brand must continue on its path of growth, growing team players and associates into leaders of the company. This promotes a great environment for team loyalty and creates an unbreakable link between the overall company strategy as well as the human resources department. Owned brands is a great opportunity as well to continue to drive high margin with low prices. This is a value-added strategy that the company must remain focused on. Loyalty and customer-based thinking needs to also be driven along the lines of Barney Kroger's original motto, be particular and never sell anything you would not want yourself. It can build on its loyalty by capitalizing and building on trends that it sees in the marketplace. It needs to use their company-driven data and insights to build this loyalty. They should continue to grow their digital presence and the programs that they are currently offering. Online applications as well as coupons will continue to bring consumers into the store. Plans to add delivery services such as shipped and delivery through Other services such as Uber will also be very important to the company. Thank you.